there. Thank you for joining me for this full-length Pilates Reformer class where we will pulse it out. I have my ring, I have a sticky mat, and we're going to be using our box today. So let's go ahead and begin. My headrest is up. It's optional if you want it up or not. We're going to be beginning with footwork. I have 3 to 4 springs on my machine. Personally, I use 3 heavies, 1 medium. On my machine, that is 3 green springs, 1 red spring. I do not mess around with half springs. So let's go ahead and come onto our back. Bring your ring with you. Go ahead and rest it on your chest. You don't really need it just yet. We're going to drape our legs lazily over our foot bar. I'm not hanging on for dear life with behind my knee. Just my calves are resting on it. Just find a nice position and take a nice deep breath here. We're not necessarily finding neutral spine yet. Now, let's go ahead and check in with the bony landmarks on our body. The back of my head's resting on my headrest. I'm going to go ahead and find my sacrum. I'm going to flatten my sacrum. That's the triangle between your tailbone and your 2 hips. I'm drawing in on my abdominals from hip to hip as if I have a hollow bowl across my belly. I'm sinking my belly button to my spine. I'm going to go ahead and inhale, exhale. Find that wrap of the ribs across the front, really drawing them together so they're not flaring. And my 12th rib is heavy in the mat. My shoulder blades are nice and wide and flat. I have a nice wide collarbone. From there, I'm just going to go ahead and inhale, exhale, imprint my spine, and come back to neutral. And then I'm going to exhale, tuck my tail gently, arching my back slightly, come back to neutral. I'm not releasing my ribs at any time. Exhale, imprint, neutral, inhale, tilt, neutral. So I'm going to exhale to tuck, come to neutral, inhale to tilt my tail back to the back of my head, neutral, and tuck, neutral, tilt, neutral, tuck. Find a nice breath pattern here. Whatever's working for you, we're still going. It's a slight movement. You're not going to feel your body arching off to the tip top of your head, right? Just a good morning, good wake up, about to begin Pilates class movement here. All right, find that neutral spine. Bring your heels to the foot bar. Bring it to a Pilates V position with a flexed foot. So my knees are tracking over my big toe and my femur's rotating in my hip socket, squeezing my glutes slightly. I have integrity in my inner thighs, so they're working. I'm going to take my ring. I'm going to place it so that the center of the ring's over where my sternum and 12th rib meet. I'm going to press in gently with the ring. Actually, that's not going to quite happen the way I want it to. I'm going to press in with the ring with the pads in my hands. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. And I'm going to bring my arms to a 90-degree position with my biceps on the mat. Now, as if I'm holding a tray of cookies, I'm going to inhale to press out, raise my tray of cookies straight up so I don't lose any, and squeeze under my arms to pull the carriage back in. Now, inhale, press, still a gentle squeeze, and exhale to come back down. Don't lift your shoulder blades up off the mat. Keep it going. Let's talk about this real fast. As I press, I'm going to squeeze my inner thighs, wrap my thighs, wrap my glutes, and resist back in. I'm going to uncrease at the hip flexors, and then I'm going to crease at the hip flexors, not tucking, keeping a nice heavy sacrum. Good. Here's 8. Here's 9. On 10, stay out of the top, come halfway and leaving your arms up, and pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up and all the way in. When we pulse, really make sure that you're keeping that sacrum the whole time. A tuck or a tilt wants to naturally happen to assist with the tucking because it's the pulsing because it's difficult. Make sure that you're not allowing your body to do that. We're going to take our Pilates feet, close the book, so we're squeezing our inner thighs, calves, and the inner aspects of our feet together. We're going to leave our hands in the ring. We're going to pull them apart with our thumb. We're going to come back to that 90-degree position. Nice wide collarbones. Wrap the ribs or draw them together so they're not flaring, and press that tray of cookies up and pull. So uncrease of the hip flexors and crease. Hollow out from hip to hip. Good, keep it going. Don't let your shoulder blades lift off the mat. Really keep it nice and wide. Imagine yourself doing a push-up. Here's 9. Squeeze those legs together the whole time. 10, come in halfway and pulse. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Heavy sacrum. Press it all the way out and resist the springs back in. Go ahead and point flex your feet a little bit. Release those shins. We're gonna come to a wide Pilates V position with our heels on the outside of the foot bar. A wide second position if you're a dancer or familiar with dance. From there, we're gonna bring the ring back between our palms. It'll be straight up in the air again, but as we press out, we're gonna bring the ring up towards our head. The shoulder pads will stop us, and as we come in, we're gonna bring the ring towards the foot bar. And lift, we have a nice gentle squeeze on the ring, and a nice gentle bend in my elbows. And press, and really find the length at the top, and come back in. Give a little pause at the top, and in. Good. Here's 6. You know what we're gonna do here? Our pulses. 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the ring back over the top of your body. Come in halfway and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze it loose. Press it all the way out and come all the way in. Now, slide up to your high heel, ball of your foot, demi-point position, whichever terminology you prefer, and bring your feet in slightly if you have the bars right here like I do. We're gonna do some trotting here, and the bar may get in your way, so we're not gonna come all the way to the center, we're just maybe slide it in an inch from where it was before. Now we're gonna take the pad of the ring, we're gonna put half up on our sternum, half below our sternum between our ribs. We're gonna interlace our fingers and gently place them on top of the ring. Now when we squeeze the ring, we're gonna pull down. Don't pull up like this. You shouldn't feel your shoulders pressing into the pad. So go ahead and press it out and squeeze gently down on the ring and release. As you squeeze down on the ring, see if you can wrap your ribs even tighter and drop your belly to your spine even more. And press. Good. Here's 7. And exhale, pause at the top. 8. And release. And 9. And release. So we've been talking a lot in class about flexing and unflexing the hip flexors. Now come in halfway. We're going to talk more about it in a minute, but we're going to pulse. So while we're here, think of creasing and uncreasing in the hip flexors. Now, uncrease the hip flexors, make them nice and stretched up, and now just crease the hip flexors to come in. So when we did that, our hips didn't shift at all when we did that, right? So on the next one, let's go ahead and place the ring flat, hands down by our sides. We're gonna press it out. When we trot, we want to think only about creasing and uncreasing in the hip flexors. We don't want our hips to go wonky. So very slowly, we're gonna drop the right heel under and bend the left knee. Place your 2 fingers on your hips and lift it up. And now bend the left heel under, or bring the left heel under, bend the right knee, and come up. We're rotating the femur in the hip socket the whole time. This is all about control, guys. So really squeeze on everything to stabilize. If you feel like your hips are shifting, slow it down. When you're ready, go ahead and platform your hands by your sides. Keep breathing. Still moving. Squeeze on those inner thighs. Drop the belly to the spine. Wrap the ribs. Nice long neck. Here's 8. and 9, and squeeze. Other side, and squeeze. Final set, and squeeze, and left knee, and squeeze. Now bend in and resist, 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 resist. Excellent. So from here, we're gonna bring our feet back into a parallel squeeze together leg position. I've heard teachers call it mega leg. Squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your calves, squeeze the inner aspects of your feet. Bring the ring with your thumbs pulling out on it up over your chest. As we press out, we're gonna bend at the elbows. Bring the ring down, wrap the ribs, bring it up as you bend your knees to come back in, creasing at the hip flexors. Now straighten out and bend for skull crusher and in. This is just challenging the load of your core ever so gently as you platform your shoulder blades. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Good. Here's 6, 7, 8. Here's 9. And here's 10. Bring your hands up, come in halfway, and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and stretch it out, and come back in, and drop your ring on your chest. Sorry guys, from your arms by your sides, and press it out. Now drop your heels under for 1, 2, 3, and lift. 2, 3, and down. 2, 3. Just like in the trotting, this is all about control. How slow can you go? How stable can you be? Nothing else should move, right? Here's 7 and 8. Here's 9. And here is 10. Now, press it out. Drop your heels under. Take one foot and bend it gently. I'm bending my left foot first. I don't mind if you bend your right one. So you get a nice calf stretch on the right side. Now, bring both feet up. Drop the left heel under. Bending my right knee now. Good. Just breathe it out for a second. Come up, bend both heels under, micro bend your knees, and resist the springs back in. Now hold on to your ring. Come up to sitting up tall. We're going to change our springs. We're going to be doing one-legged footwork. What you do for one-legged footwork is great. My recommendation is one medium, one heavy. On my machine, there's one red, one green. Let's come down. All right, we're going to do our left leg first. So, right toes on the pad of your ring, palms facing you. Your foot should be going straight up in the air like a post. Don't go like this, you'll raise your hips. So, from here, we have our legs very close together. As we press out, we're going to come up onto a high heel. As we come back in, we're going to relax our heel, our ankle. So press the ankle up to high heel and relax. Keep your hips square, just like we did in the wide second position or wide Pilates feet trotting. Here's 6, 7, we're not going to pulse here. Here's 9, press from the glutes and the back of the leg. And 10, stay up at the top in a high heel. And now point the foot and flex it. Drive your heel up for that hamstring stretch. Point and flex. Point and flex. Wrap your ribs. Don't release your core. Take the ring out. Bring it over your chest. Point in the air. Now flex your foot and lower the foot and point to lift. And 2. We're going to 6. Here's 3. Don't allow any shifting to occur in the backs of your body or your stabilizing aspects, which is your core right now. Press through that left foot. Now leave your foot up at the top. Bring it across your body an inch and away an inch. Don't let that left hip float up in the air. Keep a gentle squeeze on the ring. Nice bend in your elbows. After this, we're going to do 6 leg circles in each direction. So we're going to start by crossing the midline, going down and around and up. No shifting in your hips or sacrum. And reverse. Here's 3, and keep breathing. And 5, and 6. Now, draw your knee into your chest, bend your left knee, relax the ankle to come back in. Okay, right foot on, legs are close together, right? Oh wow, that leg is tight on me today. Stretch that heel up so it's like your leg is going straight up in the air like a post. I have a nice, gentle, relaxed ankle on my right side. My palms are facing my nose. As I press out, I'm going to rise up onto high heel. No hip shifting. And I'm going to relax my ankle and bend my knee to come back in. And extend the ankle and relax the ankle. Now extend the hip flexor and ankle and relax the hip flexor and ankle. Good. Don't press out so hard that your body shifts. There's always one side that wants to do that more than the other, right? Here's 9. And on 10, we're going to stay out at the top. And we're going to point the foot and flex the foot. Drive the heel up. Point and flex. When I say point, your toes are still going to be pulled back in a demi-point position, just like your foot on the foot bar right now. Now, take the ring out, flex your foot, lower, and point to lift. No hip movement, no sacrum left. You'll feel if your back hip pops off the mat because you're swinging your foot up. One more. And up. Now go across the body an inch and away from the body an inch. Don't let that right hip pop up. Really press through that right foot, creating length in your body. Good. One more, and then we're going to do circles. Gentle press in on the ring. Inhale your leg across, and exhale it back up. And inhale, and exhale. 4. Good. 5. Inhale, exhale, 6, and reverse. Inhale, outside. Exhale, across. And inhale, and exhale. Here's 3. 4. 5, and 6. Bend the knee into your chest. Bend your right foot, relaxing in to the foot bar. Now scooch away from the shoulder block slightly. Bring the ring up to the seat, up over your body, just like a cookie. Don't bring it back here. We don't want to be in our necks, right? We want to be really connected with the core of our body. I'm going to bring my feet up to tabletop. I'm going to inhale, bring my plate of cookies over my shins, untuck, and I'm going to pulse in and lower, and curl up, and pulse, pulse, and lower. Here's 3 pulses. 1, 2, 3, and lower. The pulses are coming from underneath my arms. Inhale, exhale, and go. Pulse underarm, 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 and lower. We're going to 6. Inhale, exhale, lift. So here's 5, and a 4, and a 3, and a 2, and a 1, and lower. Final set. We're not going to do pulses. We're just going to stand there and place the ring between our ankles. Lower our head, neck, and shoulders. Keep our feet up. Platform our arm for our side. Extend your legs to working level. We're going to be doing this ankle series throughout class. So the first thing we're going to do is pulse in on the ring with our inner thighs for 10. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to go up for 5 with pulses. So pulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our legs going to be like a post in the ceiling. Not past that. Now go down for a 5, and a 4, and a 3, and a 2, and a 1. A repeat. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Go down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw your knees into your chest. Try to keep your ring between your ankles, just for fun. We're going to change our spring tension. We're going to be doing forward flexion work to include some curl-ups, extending our legs to hundreds, some hundreds work. Obviously, or not obviously, And then we're going to be finishing off with some frogs and arm work at the same time. So, on my machine, I use one medium, one light. That is one red, one blue. I'm going to make sure my handles are on. I'm going to come to the back. I'm going to go ahead and find my straps. I'm going to engage by pressing slightly into my pinky blade edge. From there, I'm going to inhale, exhale to press up to a curl, extend my legs, pulse in on the ring. Draw my feet into tabletop, rest my head, neck, and shoulders. I'm going to curl up, extend my legs, pulse, pulse. Bring my legs to tabletop, come in, and curl up, extend my legs. 1, 2, 3, tabletop, lower. We are going to stay up for hundreds this time, so scooch away, do whatever you need to do now. Stretch your nose so you don't in the middle of hundreds. Inhale, exhale, curl up, and begin pumping. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you're not tucking. Squeeze strongly under your arms to draw your shoulders away from your ears. Wrap your ribs, squeeze your inner thighs, wrap your glutes. So don't lose control of your glutes just because you have the ring. Inhale. Have a nice space between your chin and your chest. Here's 8, 9, and 10. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Draw your feet in to frog. Flex your feet and press and pull. We still have our arms floating off the mat. Here's 4. We're going to go to 6 here. Here's 5. And here's 6. Now bring your hands up. Now extend your arms and legs and pull it back in. Keep that nice ring, that nice press on the ring. Woo. 3, 4. Here's 5. And 6. Stay out there, point your feet. Here's that ankle series, so pulse in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, lower, 2, 3, 4, 5, draw your feet in, hands up to the ceiling, peg your straps, take out the ring, bring your feet wide on the foot bar, and gently rock from side to side. Your hip will raise slightly. Your 12th rib should not come off. It shouldn't look like this, guys. It's just a gentle little rock. Just a gentle release in the low back. It's nothing too serious, right? So, from there, we're going to place the ring back between our ankles. We're going to drop our hands. We're going to be doing corkscrew. If you have back problems, neck problems, osteoporosis, osteopenia, please do not do these exercises. I'm going to hold on to my pegs or my shoulder blocks lightly. You shouldn't be hanging on for dear life, clenching up across the front of your body and your pecs. I'm going to keep my legs in. I'm going to bend them in tight. And I'm going to imprint my spine just like at the beginning of class. And I'm going to tuck my tail. And I'm going to release. Imprint and tuck. For reverse ab curl, raise your hands up to the ceiling, imprint and tuck. Imprint and tuck. If you feel your shoulder blades coming off, make the movement smaller. Good. Here's 7 and 8. Now, lift your feet up to the ceiling, locate your pegs, your shoulder blocks, tuck your tail, lift, pulse on the ring. We're going into corkscrew. Roll down your corkscrew 2. Roll down your left side. Find neutral spine and center. Come to the right side. Articulate up. Lift your tail and pulse. Go down your right side to 9 o'clock. Go down to 6. Here's set 3. And at 12 and lift and pulse. And 3. And 12. And sit. At, wait, not 9. And pulse. And here's 9. And 6. And 3. and noon, and lift and pulse. One more to each side. Don't lift those shoulders. And good. And pulse lower. Bring your legs to tabletop. Find the pegs. Now, just like we did with the windshield wipers, we're just going to come slightly to the left. My right hip will float off gently, but I'm not coming all the way to the side. And then I'm going to pull back down my obliques. And then I'm going to float to the left or to the right side. Guys, I don't need my hands for this. That's how little I'm floating. It feels nice to hold the pegs, but you shouldn't need it. Now extend your legs and pulse in once. And bend to tabletop. Come through center. Come to the right. So if you want an added challenge, raise your hands up. And now we're going to go left. And extend. Pulse, pulse. And bend through center to the right. And extend. Pulse, pulse. Bend. And center to the left. Here's 3 times for a 1 and a 2 and a 3. And through center and to the right. And extend for a 1 and a 2 and a 3. And bend. Come center. Remove the ring. Roll off to the side of your machine. We are going to go in to a long box series. So, I'm dropping my spring down to 1 light spring on my machine that is 1 blue. We are doing some upright pulls here. So, I'm going to find my long box. Put it on the machine. Take a sticky pad. Place it in the center. I find that no matter what, your body's moving on upright pulls. I'm gonna place my hands on the wood to come up onto my machine from here. Now, I'm going to come to a place where my sternum and 12 meet at the edge of the box. Think of where you would come for Swan facing the uprights. I'm going to make my arms into genie arms. I'm going to press them in to the shoulder blocks. I'm going to maintain a neutral spine, looking down into the well. I'm going to wrap my ribs, draw my abdominals up and in. I have a gentle squeeze on my glutes so that my thighs are light. My legs are not wider than my box. So I have inner thigh integrity here. Now from here, I'm going to pulse up, stamping my feet on the ceiling, only using my glutes, not creasing in the front of my body for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is like the stomach ankle series. So the right leg only is going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And left leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You guessed it, both legs for 10, 9, 8. Squeeze your inner thighs. Keep breathing. Right leg only for 5, 4, 3, 2. The inner thigh is looking like a dream now, right? Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now here's where things get weird. We're going to frog weird. We're going to locate our foot bar and start to push out. From there, we're going to point our feet, and then we're going to try to walk to the uprights. Don't bounce yourself out. You could hurt yourself. Now from here, I'm going to extend my legs long, but I'm maintaining the same body lifts and pulls and tucks and squeezes that I did on the frogs. Now the tricep pull, I'm going to pull my head through the uprights and release and pull. We have 10. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. So if that means only straighten your arms part way, that's what it means. That's what it means for me. Here's 9. Here's 10. Come back in. Release the left arm. Place it on your sacrum. Go back halfway to the right arm and pull. And halfway and pull. Here's 3. We're going to 5. Halfway and pull. Halfway and pull. Left arm goes on. Right hand goes to the sacrum. Go back halfway and pull with your left arm. Halfway and pull. Keep it underneath the arm the whole time. We're really isolating here. Both hands on. Now with swimming legs, we're going to swim back. And we're going to pull forward. And go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And forward. 2, 3, 4, 5. Belly up and in. And back. Squeeze the inner thighs. Forward. And back. and forward. Now, lift your feet up so you don't break your toe. Bring your hands to the wood and slide back. Slowly. It's one blue spring, guys, one light spring. It should feel okay, right? From there, we're gonna do the frog series again. So bring your other genie arm in front, neutral spine, and pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze your inner thighs and right leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and left leg, 2, 3, 4, 5, both legs, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and right leg, 2, 3, 4, 5, and left leg, 2, 3, 4, 5. Before we go on, bring your hands to your woods. Relax your legs wide. Relax your head if it's comfortable. Give yourself a tiny break. Then carefully come off to the side. Straighten out your sticky mat if you need to. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna be doing swan and then hand jump. We are staying on one blue for this. So, we're gonna place hand, leg, leg. We're gonna bring our sternum 12th rib to the front of the box, just like we did on the other side. We're gonna make our legs light by squeezing our glutes and our thighs. Draw our belly up towards our spine. Wrap our wrists, nice wide shoulder blades. I'm gonna press out on 1. I'm gonna pull up on 2 for swan. This is a lighter spring, so you might not come in as far. Back on 3, across on 4. Put more weight in your pinky edge and not lift your hand up. Just more weight to open up your collarbones. We're gonna do 5 here. 3. And here's 1, you press. 2, you lift. 3, you press back. 4, you bend in. Final 1, press 1. Lift 2. Go back 3. Come back in 4. Now, staying in a neutral spine, just do press and pull. Press and pull. Don't bounce the machine. Use control. Stay light in your thighs. Squeeze your inner thighs. Your legs have to be together. Otherwise, if you jump, your feet are going to hit the upright and it doesn't tickle. Here's 9. Now, if you want to stay here, you can continue the presses. Otherwise, we're going to press and jump. Don't lift your shoulders up to your ears. Keep that squeeze under your arms. If you feel your uprights, squeeze your shoulders even tighter. Wrap your ribs. Belly up the spine. Make your thighs light. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come on in carefully with control. Step off to the side of the machine. Remove your sticky mat, but keep it close by. We're gonna use it again. I'm going to bring my box to the short box position. I'm going to bring my springs to 1 medium, 1 light. We are going to be doing standing side control. So if you're used to doing it on the edge of the carriage with 1 medium spring, please put on 1 light. It is much lighter when your foot's out against the box, which is where we're going to be working today. So I'm going to grab my footwork. That's how I prepare for standing side controls. To do standing side controls, you have to be able to step up on the standing platform and then place your foot on the carriage with no assistance. If you cannot do this, please skip this portion of the class. Let's stand up, come down. I'm gonna bend my knees. This is a wider position than I normally use for standing side controls. I'm gonna make my hands into a diamond, place them on my sacrum. I'm gonna put my weight in my standing platform leg and extend my carriage leg and bend. And extend and bend. Wrap your ribs, belly button up and in. Really squeeze to straighten all the way. Here's 9 and 10. Now, we're gonna switch weight. So my weight is in my carriage leg. My weight is pressing into the box, right? And then I'm going to straighten and bend. Really feel the weight over your foot. You should feel it strongly in the outside of your leg. One more. Now, we're gonna bring our weight back to our carriage leg. We're gonna do skater. Extend our our carriage leg, then bend. As soon as you feel your calf hit the box, bring it all the way back in. Transfer your weight to standing platform and press. Transfer weight to carriage and bend. And platform and carriage and bend. Platform, carriage. We're gonna do one more in this direction, then we're gonna switch direction for 5. So keep your weight in your carriage leg, extend, switch, and then resist. The hardest part is not letting the carriage move as you transfer your weight. Woo, transfer your weight and press. Transfer and in. And transfer and switch and bend. Now come up to standing up tall. Bring your arms to a T and slightly your periphery. Spiral out to your pinky blade edge. Press it out. Really open up for the hip flexors by squeezing your glutes. And resist the springs back in. And press it open to resist. And resist it back in. Just like we did on the swimming legs, we're going to open for 5 and close. 2, 3, 4, 5, and open. 2, 3, 4, 5. Close. 2, 3, 4, 5. Stand up tall. Stack your shoulders over your hips and your hips over the middle of your legs. And resist. Nice long neck. And resist open. Resist to close. And resist to open. Resist to close. One more because I lost count. Resist to close. Now, transfer your weight and standing platform leg. Step off the back of your carriage leg. Standing platform leg comes off. We're going to go to the other side. Again, guys. Sorry about that. We're going to move standing platform. Press up and place our foot down. I could have done that a little bit more gracefully, right? All right. We're going to bend our knees. Hinge forward. Straight line out through the tip top of our head, shooting out through our tailbone, diamond our hands, place our weight in our standing platform leg, and press and pull. Extend. If you're like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. Yeah, it is. We're really working on standing on the carriage leg because I find that that's a place where a lot of people really miss out on the full movement. Here's 9. And one more for 10. Now, transfer your weight, press your calf into the box, and now straighten that standing platform leg and bend. Don't allow your hips to shift. Keep them square. Really work from the glutes here. 4. Here's 5. And 6. 7. And 8. Here's 9 and 10. Good, come back in. Transfer your weight to your standing platform leg. We're gonna do skater, so we're gonna press it with our carriage, transfer the weight to the carriage, and then come back in. Don't allow the carriage to shift like I just did. It's really cutting my foot out, I'm sorry. Now we're gonna go to standing platform and press and transfer and in. And press and transfer. As soon as your weight gets your carriage, then bring it in. And come back in. Now keep your weight in your carriage leg and press out. Now transfer weight to standing platform and bend it back in. Abs up and in. Oh, sorry. Weight in your standing platform and press and transfer and in. Standing platform and press. Transfer and in. Transfer weight. Final one. And in. Now come all the way up to standing. Bring your arms out to a T in your periphery. Press down to your pinky blade edge and resist open. And pull it back in. Squeeze your glutes the whole time so that the front of your hips don't crease. You want to keep them nice and open, working from the sides of the legs. And open for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and close. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and open. And close. We're halfway there. So here's 5. And close. And 4. And close. Here's 3. and close. Here's 2, and close. And final 1, and close. Now, transfer the weight to your standing platform leg, step off and back with your carriage leg, and release. We're gonna go ahead and bring our box off. Oh, I'm sorry, no, we are not. We are still doing work. I'm so sorry, we're still doing box work. We have some planking box work to do on our arms. We're gonna change it over to 1 red or 1 medium spring. So I'm gonna drop my 1 light spring or my 1 blue spring. I'm gonna bring my sticky mat up to here. I'm gonna come onto my knees on the carriage. I'm gonna separate my hands about as wide as my shoulder blocks. I brought my feet to parallel on top of the machine. I'm not gripping with my toes in the front. I wanna keep this in the backs of the legs. The spring tension is a little lighter. So I've tucked my toes. My heels are tracked with my knees. My knees are underneath my sits bones. I'm gonna hover my knees and I'm gonna release. And then I'm gonna hover and release. On this next hover, we're gonna start pressing and pulling. So I'm gonna press out to plank, leaving my elbows underneath my shoulders and pull it back in. And press it out. And pull. Here's 3. We're gonna be doing 6. Keep a slight little tuck in your tail so that you're not swaying out in your low back. 5. If you start to feel it in your low back, hold it. Hold the knee hover. And now hold it here, and now saw your arms forward and pull them back under. 2. 3. Shoulders away from your ears. 4. Squeeze your inner thighs. 6. And now, press your hips up to a plank. Press it back down into a plank. And up into a plank. Drop your head. And into a plank. Lift your booty, drop your head. And down. Lift your booty, drop your head. Final one right here. And then we're going to do the entire thing with our feet turned down. Stop here. Bend your knees to come in. And then lower your legs. Go ahead and find a bent knee position. It's going to be a tight frog. Tiny little child's pose. Go ahead and sit back if you can find a restful position here. Find any restful position you like. All right. Come back up. We're going to find the same position with our arms and upper body. So my arms are on my forearms. My shoulders are over my elbows. My arms are separated, about the width of the shoulder block. I have my feet in a Pilates V. My knees are more in a frog position. My heels are together. My toes are apart. I'm on my toes. I've tucked my tail slightly. Inhale, exhale, hover. And release. We only do 3 of these. Inhale, exhale, hover. And release. Inhale, exhale, final one. And now press. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Draw everything up and in towards the midline. And pull back in. Don't slam the bumper like I just did, right? 2. Here's 3. Here's 4. Here's 5. And now on 6, we're going to stay out. We're going to saw our arms forward and back under. Draw your abs up and in. Give me that slight little tuck in your low back so you're not swinging out in your low back. And now drop your tail, or drop your head, lift your tail, and back down to plank. And pike. Control the entire movement. The springs aren't that heavy, but don't want to pull you in, right? Here's 5. When you press out, squeeze your glutes. Squeeze your inner thighs. Final one. Squeeze glutes and inner thighs. Come back in. Hover, hover, hover. Then release. Now I'm going to bring my legs all the way forward this time. Reach out across my wood. Another restful position. Kind of child's pose-ish. If you can reach your head down. Nod it yes. Nod it no. Maybe this feels good. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe you're going to rest someplace else. We're going to come up to sitting up tall. And now we're going to get rid of our box and our sticky pad. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to make sure that I have the 1 medium spring on, that's one red. My headrest is still down. I'm going to come to sitting on my carriage. We're going to be doing some sort of rowing movements facing the back with our handles. I'm going to make sure I have a hand's width between my tail to the end of the machine so I don't rock off the machine with my sacrum. It's very uncomfortable. If you cannot fit both legs to the headrest comfortably, cross them one over the other. Try to extend it really long, shoot energy out of it. We're going to do the first part of rowing one here. So I'm going to bring my hands together in the hug a tree position, sitting up tall, shoulder blades down my back. I'm going to tuck my tail, roll back, pull my straps into my sternum. I'm going to extend them back out to the hug a tree position and articulate back up. So the first thing I do is articulate, and then I pull to a baby T, and then I open back to hug a tree, and I lift. So I articulate to C, baby T, hug a tree, roll up, tuck my tail, roll back, pull, extend, and lift. Let's do two more. Roll and pull, extend, and up. One more. Roll back, pull it to your chest, and up. Good. From there, we're going to pull to a T. So I'm going to bring my hands forward. They're wide. My hands are a little bit wider than my upright. That's where I like them to really platform my shoulder blades across my back. If you want, bring them into the upright. Don't go like this, don't round in. So I'm going to tuck my tail, roll back, open to a T, squeeze in the bottom tips of my shoulder blades, pull back, articulate up, roll back, and a T, and forward. When we get to 6, we're going to pulse, because we haven't done any pulses in a while, right? Unless you count the saws. Sawing with the arms. 5, and up, tuck your tail, roll back, and open. Now pulse back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, ribs to hips, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it back to a T first, then roll up with control. I can tell it's hard. My foot was shaking out of control. It's crazy. Shake out your arms. All right, we're going to do the first part of rowing 2. I'm actually going to take my straps and place my arms all the way up in them so they're down by the crook of my elbow. They're not all the way down to the crook of my elbow. They're pointing forward, but they're right here at the bottom of my forearm, right? I'm going to sit up tall, tall, tall. Widen my shoulder blades just like I would for a push-up. And I'm going to flat back, hinge back. And sit up tall. It's as if I'm between a panini press or 2 panes of glass. Inhale back. And sit up tall. Here's 3. Here's 4. Hold it there. Wrap your ribs. Guys, I am sweating. I do not know about you. Last one, best one. Reach energy out of your legs, reach energy up out of your head. And sit up tall. Release your hands from the straps. Round over your legs real fast. We're going to be doing some arm work facing the front next. We're going to be doing like serve the platter, open to a T, hug a tree, salute. And then we're going to finish off with some arm circles. And then we're going to do some bridging and some other stuff. And then we're going to be done, guys. Articulate up. We're going to come to facing the front. When we come, I'm still holding on to my straps. I haven't released them. When we come to facing the front, I'm going to extend my legs long. Please feel free to sit crisscross applesauce if you would prefer. Okay, so I'm going to take my hands. My fingers are on top. My thumbs are hooking the loops. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'm going to flip my hands so my thumbs are on top. My fingers are underneath here. Now, roll my shoulders up, back, and down. Squeeze my triceps to the back. Really squeeze the bottom tips of my shoulder blades. Extend my legs long as they're extended. I'm going to press out so my fingertips are in front of my sternum and pull back. Nothing in my body is moving except my arms. And exhale to extend and inhale to pull back. Again, just like facing the back, my arms are a little wider than in front of my shoulders. Here's 6. And pull back. And now we're going to extend Open to a T, squeeze it back towards the original position and pull back and extend and open. Don't move the body. And extend and open. Pull back. Really tweeze the bottom tips of the shoulder blades. Think of chest expansion here. If you want to sit with flexed feet, you can. One more. And open. And squeeze. And back. Now bring your arms out to hug a tree. We're going to inhale to tap. Exhale to open. Wrap the ribs even tighter as they come to center. Wrap them even tighter as they open. So we're really going to squeeze the whole time. Now, stay open. Inhale. Exhale to tap and inhale to open. So we just changed the breath pattern. One more. Ooh, my foot's shaking. So from here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do some arm circles before we do salute because I forgot my order. Don't bring your arms behind you. Go ahead and lift them up to your shoulders. Open to the T and lower. So they're tiny half circles here, guys. We're going to go to 6 in each direction because they feel nice on the shoulders. If this is too heavy for you for circles, please feel free to drop to one light spring, one blue spring on my machine. Now open and squeeze and lower. A yellow, if you have that option, might be a little bit too light. Unless, you're working on some PT stuff and that's where you are. Here's 5 and 6. Now from here, we're going to bring our hands into the diamond position. Hinge forward slightly with a flat back. Bring our hands to the middle of our forehead. We're going to press them open and back. Resist back. Wrap your ribs. Don't pop your shoulders to get this movement going. Really pull the shoulder blades down the back the whole time. We're going to go to 10 on this one because I think it feels nice right now. 7. Here's 8. Here's 9. Here's 10. Release the hands down carefully. Carefully bring the carriage into the bumper. Peg your straps. Bring your feet in to a butterfly. Go ahead and sit up tall, tall, tall. Rest the palms of your hands up on your knees. Hold on to the outsides of your feet. Round over. Try not to get your hair stuck in the springs if you have super long hair. It's a lot of back work. We're going to do a little counter stretch, rounding forward. And then we're going to articulate up to sitting up tall. From there, we're going to step off to the side of our machine. We're going to raise the foot bar back up. Make sure our headrest is still down. We're going to add one blue spring or one light spring on. Again, I have one medium, one light. All I did was add one light. That's one red, one blue. I'm going to come down to lying on my back. We're going to try a harder version of bridge today. We're going to do it on the balls of our feet. It's very hard for me. You're going to see me push the carriage away from the bumper, which we do not want to do, guys, but we're really practicing here. So platform your arms down by your sides. Really activate your hamstrings, because that's what's keeping the carriage in at the bumper. Now we're going to try to squeeze our legs together totally and articulate up to a bridge. Squeezing our glutes. Can you look from side to side? And articulate down. Let's do 2 more, and on the third one, we're going to do some presses in and out. Tuck your tail and lift. Hamstring curl. And lower. If at any time you get a hamstring, Charlie horse, lift your legs up, give it a nice stretch. Final one for presses. And lift, and now press. And hamstring curl back in. Good. We're going to do 6 here. On the balls of the feet. And if at any time you get too many Charlie horses, drop down to your arches or your heels. Here's 5. And here is 6. Keep it in. Articulate down. Hug your knees into your chest. Gently rock from side to side real fast. We're going to separate our feet to a wide second position on the balls of our feet to begin. If we can't do it here, then we'll drop down to our arches or our heels. And then we're going to hinge bridge. So we're going to lift everything up at the same time and lower it. So we're going to lift. Can you look from side to side so you're not your neck? And lower. And lift. And lower. This probably feels a little easier on the hamstrings, right? And lift, keep it into the bumper, and now press and pull. Wrap your ribs. Squeeze your glutes. Drop your belly to your spine. 4. Here's 5 for fun. And 6. And in. Hinge bridge lower. Draw your knees into your chest one more time. Now without the ring, platform your arms. One more ankle or beat exercise. We're going to press it out to working level. We're going to beat it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go up. 2, 3, 4, 5. And lower. 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw your knees into your chest. Rock off to the side. We have one red, one blue. We're going to do mermaid. Some center stretches. Other side mermaid. We'll be done with class. So, I'm going to do mermaid with my knees to the side. You can do mermaid in a Z-sit position. You can do mermaid crisscross applesauce. You can do mermaid with your legs hanging off the side of the machine. Bring your hands slightly in front of your body. Bring your other hand resting on top of the shoulder block. Now reach up and over. It's not how far you can press away from the machine, but how much of a curve you can get in your body. You don't want a flat side bend. You want a curved side bend. As if you're reaching over a barrel. Reach down for the shoulder block or the peg. Pull yourself towards the uprights. Ooh, hopefully, after I get a few more stretches in, my knees will stop wanting to separate. That was a hard class, guys. Reach up and over that barrel. It's not how far can you move, but how much bend can you get? And I don't mean bending all the way in towards the springs, increasing at your lower side. Good. Try not to rotate as you bend. It's as if you're between two panes of glass. End over barrel. Very limited mobility, right? And reach to the other side. Good. Now, we're going to straddle our machine, come towards the end, reach our feet out to the end. We're not gripping with them, but we're going to tuck down at our spring. Try to bring our ears by our biceps. And we're going to come up for a nice chest lift. If you find the spring tension is too heavy for you on the cat-cow, drop a blue spring first or a light spring, and then switch if you need to. I like the heavier spring. I find that it encourages my shoulders to come down my back. You will notice that my legs are sliding across the mat as I move. Perfectly fine. Now, float your left hand up, spiral out to your pinky blade edge. We're going to side bend again. To the right and up. Place your left hand down to the left. Again, we're moving between two panes of glass. To the left. We're not going, on this next move, we're going to do a rotation move, but we're not going to force our body or jerk our body into rotation. So, I'm going to take my right hand, bring it to the opposite side of the foot bar, bring my left hand back. It's going to rest. If you're rotating yourself, when you lift your hands, you should be able to stay there. Come back through center, place the left hand on the opposite side of the machine, bring the right hand back, and rotate. The rotation should occur as if you have a pull through the tip top of your head coming out through your tail, grounding you up through the ceiling and through the floor. And so you can only rotate around the pull. One more to each side. We're going to do one more mermaid to the opposite side after this. So go ahead and switch sides. Again, your knees can be to the side of classic mermaid, a Z-sit position, a crisscross applesauce position, one leg dangling down, two legs dangling down. I'm going to place my hand in the front of my body, give it a little bit more weight in my pinky blade. I should draw my shoulder down my back. And I'm going to press out, reach up and over that barrel, and come back up. Hold on to the peg, and reach and stretch towards the uprights. Come back up, place your hand on the foot bar, and reach up, 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 and over, dropping your shoulder down your back, driving your shoulder blade down towards your back hip. I've heard a teacher say, think of placing your shoulder blade into a pocket, sliding into a pocket on your back. If that works for you. One more. And come up. And reach over towards the uprights. Come back up to sitting tall. Come to sitting on the side of your machine. Feet flat on the floor. Lined up with your sits bones. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for class today. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out for modifications or anything else you might have a question about. And I hope you join me again. Have a great day.